guys, Dave from Timber Time Outdoors. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, as you can see from the intro, we're going to do an unboxing of the new Artillian Grapple. So stay with us.
Hey now, take a step outside and seize the day now.
Alright guys, so in this video, pretty straightforward. Basically just going to tear apart this this crate here, open up each box, look at the quality of it. I haven't seen it yet, only done my research online. I'm going to get into a future video about why I chose this Artilian Grapple. That's a future video. In this video, strictly just going to do an unboxing, and you guys can see what I see as we get into it here. So let's get to it. Alright, with every unboxing video, you got to have a cool knife to undo the packaging. This is my son's knife, and it is one of those really cool flip open. That is super satisfying. But hey, let's see what we got here. So it looks like on the top is maybe the manifold, and then probably two rakes. No, I got two. Yeah, I got two grapples and one rake. I reordered this thing a couple different times. It took 12 weeks to get here. So manifold, one rake, two grapples. Down in the bottom is the fork, basically the platform that everything goes on. This is a modular system. If you're not familiar with the Artilian Grapple, if you're watching this, you probably already are. It's an awesome system and really good for small tractors, and I'll get into that in the next video. But let's start cutting her open here. Looks like it survived the trip okay. A little bit saggy on one side, but came all the way from the East Coast, and I'm here in Wisconsin. You can expect some of the cardboard to sag, I guess. But everything looks intact. We've got some a little extra protection there. Standard shrink wrap. Just your normal banding. All right, let's look at each box. We'll start with the manifold. Okay, let's get into this guy here. So this is kind of unique to the Artilian system, the manifold. On most grapples, you just plug them right into your third function. But what I like about this system is it's got individual grapples, and so they do it differently with this manifold. So really nice aluminum. It's got some pipe clamps here or whatever to go around the loader, and kind of your standard fittings there. And then here, this is MPT connections, and that I had the tractor plumbed up for that. So this thing should just bolt right on. I do like how they've included nice covers. You know, my other grapple for my MX 5800 is kind of a cheap Charlie, and dirt gets in here all the time. I'm constantly cleaning that out. So that's kind of nice. Seems well made. It's got a nice rubber pad here, so it won't scratch up the loader. But let's see what else is in the top here. I think that's it, guys. So that's it for the manifold. All right, looks like this one says this is the center rake. Stapled really well. I'm not sure this knife's going to do the job here, so maybe I can just pull it open. Okay, there we go. Probably don't need the knife for this. Really thick corrugate, so very well protected. If I can do this on camera. Some foam. More foam. All right. Oh, that's it. All right. So this is the center rake. Put this up here. A little more stable. There we go. All right. You know, my first impression is the powder coat is really thick. You know, my other grapple, I don't even think it's powder coat, and I don't know, it's just kind of a nice touch. Probably will get abused, right, and some of that will get scratched up, but it looks like a very thick and textured powder coat. And again, I'm only comparing this to my other grapple, which again was much less expensive. Looks like we got something zip tied here. I don't know what this is. Oh, I bet these are the keys. So the way you attach this thing, yep, that's what they are, little keys. These are the attachment keys, and they basically hold this thing on. I'll show that in a future video, but yeah, so you get 2 of those. Flip this around. Again, it's got a ID label on it. Yeah, so that's the rake. It looks very durable. It's got nice teeth to grab on. All right, so that's that. All right, so I got 2 grapples. The last minute I did change my mind. I originally ordered 1 center grapple, 2 rakes, and I decided now I wanted to do it like my other grapple is, where I have 2 individual clamps. It just works really well for uneven loads. All right, more foam. This is going to be a heck of a lot heavier, I bet. That was one of the things I debated about was, you know, these small tractors, you have to be super careful about the weight of the implement, because your loader only has so much capacity. So originally I was going with a little less weight, but I'm pretty confident that this is going to work fine. So let's pull it out of here. Oh, that ain't gonna work. I'm gonna have to tip it over. All right, let's slide it out of here. This is a lot heavier than the rake, so we're gonna need help or 2 hands. Get the box out of here. All right. Knife isn't going to work on these bigger zip ties. My dad always used to say get the right tool for the job. So hopefully this will snip these off a lot better. Yeah, if you get the right tool for the job, a lot of times you get it done right the first time. A lot less swearing. All right, these are little keys. Again, same system. Those keys seem a little cheesy at first, but I think they work quite well, actually. And, you know, there's something to be said about simplicity. And down in the middle here is the hydraulic hoses. So let's take those out. So right away I can see, you know, they've got the protection and the mesh, and I had to actually add that to my other grapple. Again, I bought a cheaper grapple. It just doesn't come with those extra things. It's got zip ties here. So I think, you know, the attention to detail, I can tell, is here. Again, the hose has got, looks like they give you a bungee cord. Probably keep things, you know, from getting torn off. You know, a lot of times when you're digging into sticks and whatever, you know, these hoses have a tendency to get broken or pulled off. And so I like how they've, you know, done everything they can to protect it, because this is, if there's a weak link on a grapple, it's your hydraulics. All right, so I opened up the other grapple, exactly the same system in there. So let's open up the frame. And this is the box that got a little saggy or beat up in the process of shipping. So hopefully we won't find any damage. Let's see. More foam. Okay, this is one of the things I really loved about this system. It lets you put a receiver hitch in there so you can move trailers around, or in my case, I'm probably gonna move my splitter around with it. So this has a different paint job. This is not powder coat, I don't think. This looks more like paint, actually. So that's kind of interesting to me. This is that, I think this peels off. I saw it in the videos, they have like a slippery surface. So we have a pallet fork for the big tractor, the MX 5800, and it is so hard to move those forks back and forth. They just bind up. And so I'm kind of excited to try this and see how easily they slide. But again, first class quality. I'm very impressed with the paint job. All the welding looks, very professional. No goopy, slag or any of that stuff. So, so far so good, guys. Really like it. All right, there's so many unique things about the Artillian Grapple. I'll point them out as I see them, but here's one that I noticed right away. My other grapple, you can't move it around by hand. Like, you have to use the tractor to move it. It's all one piece, several hundred pounds, maybe 300 pounds, something like that. And that's what's cool about this modular system, is that, sometimes you don't want to get the tractor, you don't want to mess with it, you just want to move something and get it out of your way or put it away. You can do that here. You just basically pick stuff up and put it where you want it. Okay, and then the last thing is a pallet fork. And Artillian offers several different versions of the pallet fork. And I think the options are width and length. So you can get like a 4-inch width, a 3-inch width, and don't quote me here, but it's like 36 and 42, I believe. I don't know how to decide on that one. I ended up going with 3 inches wide and 42 inches long. I just thought I might want to be able to see the tips, so I got a little longer and I went narrower just because, I don't really need the 4-inch. That's for a pretty strong loader. This loader isn't going to be able to lift anything that needs that kind of a weight. So, probably could have got by with the 36-inch, and saved a little weight, but, I don't know. That's probably 10 pounds maybe at the most. So I went with a little longer just so I could see the tips, because again, it's hard to see, looking over that hood. So yeah, again, this is a little bit different powder coat. It is powder coat, but it doesn't have that nice texture that the grapple itself does. These get beat up right away and they're almost instantly rusty. So, but pallet forks are super, super handy to have. You don't think you'll use them, and then you turn right around and you end up, using them. I could have used them actually when this showed up. I ended up strapping it to the bucket as you saw in the intro, but yeah, pallet forks, it's like a no-brainer. You got to buy the rack anyway. You might as well get these. They're pretty inexpensive. Try to turn this around and show you the system that they use. I really like this. Their attachment system is just a nice, basically a pin. And that makes things easy going back and forth. I think we have a Land Pride on our other one. It's got this goofy little flip lever. I don't know, it always gets caught and it's just a pain. So I'm excited about this one. I really like the design. I think these guys at Artillian know what they're doing. And, again, not from my personal experience yet, but just from watching a lot of videos and talking with the folks there, I did like their attention to detail. I'm one of those guys that's super over-the-top detailed. And so I think I'm going to really like this. But yeah, so let's get it all kind of on one pallet and we'll take a look. There's a mountain of packaging I'll show you here. All right, as you can see, it all fits on there nicely. That's kind of what it looks like when you get it assembled. You can see the grapples just kind of hang on that pallet fork rack, and I've got the pallet forks underneath there. So I think we'll kind of close this thing out, give you a final look. So far so good, quality's awesome. Survived the trip from out east. Waited a long time for this thing. It was 10 weeks, I think I waited. Oh, one more thing I want to show you here. Packaging. So mountain of packaging. So you certainly do pay for this packaging. Lots of corrugate and foam. It's going to fill up my garbage can here, but yeah, it is what it is. You know, you want it to survive the trip, and it certainly did that. One of my good friends is a packaging engineer. He'd be super excited about this. You know, packaging is one of those things that people take for granted, but yeah, really nice job with the packaging. Now I got to get rid of it all. So, all right here, hopefully you can see that in the background. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, wrap up time. Like, subscribe, send to your friends. Next video, not sure what it's gonna be. Probably install of the Artilian Grapple or usage. But we'll get after it here, guys. Get it out in the wood yard, put it to some use. I'm gonna show you how I plan to use it. So thanks for watching, guys. You guys have a great day. Remember, keep it in the timber. See ya, bye-bye.